So these are the Bose QC headphones, and basically these are Bose's new mid-tier ANC headphones, and they have some very blink and you'll miss them upgrades over the Bose QC45s. And as of mid-November, Bose just pushed out a very tiny upgrade to their Bose QC headphones. Nonetheless, today we're going to check out the Bose QC headphones, and we're going to compare them to the Bose QC45s, which have been my favorite ANC headphones to fly with for the last 2 years, and we're also going to compare them to the Bose NC 700s.
Regarding pricing, this is something that got upgraded on the Bose QC headphones, and not in a good way. The Bose QC headphones have a retail price of $350, $20 more than the Bose QC45s, and the Bose NC 700s currently have a retail price of $380. However, both the Bose QC45s and Bose NC 700s like to go on sale now, and personally, I think you'll be better off getting a deal on the Bose QC45s while you can. Nonetheless, if you want to pick any of these headphones up, they'll be linked down below, or you can press on the YouTube shopping button. And if you want to further support the channel, pick up a Big Head approved hat, link down below. We've got trucker hats and snapbacks. By buying a hat, you help the unbiased and unsponsored videos coming, and it also helps us cover more products and produce more versus videos. Thank you to everyone who's already bought a hat, and look out for more designs coming soon. And also, please remember to hit that like button, and let's get subscribed. Now first, let's talk about the included carrying cases, because I feel that this is very important for traveling with your headphones. Now, the Bose QCs come included with the same hard shell case as the Bose QC45s. It's decently small, so traveling with this case is easy, and is going to keep your headphones well protected even in a cramped backpack. And personally, I have always preferred to fly with the Bose QC45s over many other headphones, because this case just has a smaller footprint, and this case also has a smaller footprint than the Bose NC 700s case, because these headphones have a lay flat design to them. Overall, there are no major changes here when it comes to the case on the Bose QC headphones, and it's still a great option for traveling. But with the case out of the way, let's talk about the headphones themselves. Now, the Bose QC headphones look identical to the Bose QC45s. These headphones have a fully collapsible design. These ear cups pivot and swivel very well. This headband clicks open. We've got a mostly plastic body, and the headband is covered in leatherette on both the top and bottom. Sadly, Bose hasn't brought back the Alcantara that was found on the Bose QC35s. Overall, the Bose QC look identical to the Bose QC45s, except their leatherette feels a little different. Now, the leatherette on the Bose QC feels decent, but it just doesn't feel as soft, as supple, and it doesn't have the same grain as the leatherette on both the Bose QC45 and Bose NC 700. So, because of the slight difference in leatherette, I think the Bose QC45s feel a little more premium than the Bose QCs. But don't get me wrong, they're still very well built, but they have been downgraded, but you won't notice this difference unless you have the Bose QC45s. But when it comes to fit, the Bose QCs are identical to the Bose QC45s. Regarding clamping force, the Bose QCs have a loose fit to them, making them Big Head approved. And even if you have a very large head, or if you like to wear hats, the Bose QCs will have you covered. The headband on the Bose QC is also very well padded, so hot spots are never an issue. And when it comes to their weight, the Bose QC weigh in at 235 grams, making them a pair of lightweight premium ANC headphones. And for comparison's sake, the Bose QC45s weigh in at 237 grams, and I feel that this 2-gram difference is negligible. But then there are the Sony 1000 XM5s, which weigh in at 250 grams, the Bose QC Ultra weigh in at 254 grams, the Sony 1000 XM4s weigh in at 255 grams, the Beat Studio Pros weigh in at 260 grams, the Bose NC 700s weigh in at 264 grams, and then there are the AirPod Max, which weigh in at a hefty 384 grams. So with the Bose QCs, these headphones are very easy to forget that you have on, and you don't notice them shifting around as much when you're walking around with them on. And finally, there are their earpads. The Bose QCs have the same earpads as the Bose QC45s, meaning that they're a little more spacious than the earpads found on the Bose NC 700. But in general, these these earpads are very spacious and they're very comfortable to wear. So whether you have average size ears or very large ears or ears that stick out a lot, the Bose QCs will have you covered. And since these earpads have very little surface area coming in contact with your skin, these earpads do a really good job of staying cooler for longer. So just like before and just like how their name suggests, the Bose QCs are a pair of headphones that are very comfortable to wear because they have a looser fit, they're very lightweight, they have a very spacious ear cups, and hotspots are not an issue for their headband.
But now let's talk about tech specs. When it comes to battery life, the Bose QC headphones have an advertised battery life of 24 hours with their active noise cancellation turned on, whereas the Bose NC700s have an advertised battery life of 20 hours and the Bose QC45s now have an advertised battery life of 22 hours with their active noise cancellation turned on. They used to be 24 hours, but now they're 22 hours. Now, don't get me wrong, a battery life of 24 hours with the active noise cancellation turned on is good, but most premium ANC headphones these days are now trying to go for an advertised battery life of 30 hours with the active noise cancellation turned on. But the main problem here is that, again, you cannot use these headphones with their active noise cancellation completely turned off. And personally, I do think that that's a shame, because if you were able to use these headphones with their ANC turned off, I think that these could go for as long as 40 hours, at the very least 35 hours. Personally, I just wish that Bose would give us the option to use these headphones with their active noise cancellation turned off, because depending on the situation, you might want to extend the battery life on your headphones. And this is something that Bose can very easily add through a firmware update, but they just refuse to do so. But when it comes to charging these headphones, just as you'd expect, they charge via a USB-C port, as they should. And when it comes to fast charging, if you were to charge these headphones up for 15 minutes from a dead battery, they're going to get you 3 hours of playback time. It's definitely usable, but it is trailing behind here when compared to other headphones out there. Overall, the battery life on the Bose QCs is okay, but this is still one of Bose's main weak points. A battery life of 24 hours is okay, but most ANC headphones these days are trying to aim for a battery life of 30 hours. I really wish that you could use these headphones with their ANC turned off so that you can extend their battery life, and the fast charging numbers on these headphones is a little weak. But when it comes to connectivity, these headphones can be connected to 2 devices at the same time, so if you're a power user, you can easily hot swap from one device to another, regardless of ecosystem. And when it comes to overall performance, these headphones have zero latency across the board when watching movies or videos on your phone, whether you're using an iPhone or an Android device. But when it comes to audio codecs, the Bose QCs only have support for SBC and AAC, which is perfectly fine, but they still don't have support for higher quality audio codecs. But if you want to, you can always still use a wired connection with these headphones because they still have an audio jack, which is great because then that way you can always plug these headphones into an airplane's entertainment system, or if you're a content creator, then you're still going to be able to monitor your audio. Just keep in mind that the Bose QCs are using a 2.5mm audio jack instead of your more standard 3.5mm audio jack, but more importantly, unlike the Bose QC Ultras, you can use the Bose QC completely passively, as in they don't have to be powered on even if you want to use them with a wired connection. But also, the USB-C port on these headphones cannot be used as a wired connection. The USB-C port on the Bose QCs is strictly used for charging.
But with all of that out of the way, let's talk about sound. Now, just as you'd expect, the Bose QCs are a pair of neutral sounding headphones, as in they have bass, but their bass is mostly on the audible side, as in you can hear their bass, but they aren't going to rattle your head all that much. So some people will say that these headphones sound flat because they can't physically feel their bass, but these headphones aren't flat, they just sound different. Now, you can always go in and adjust the EQ on these headphones to your liking, and you can crank up their bass. But even with their bass cranked all the way up, they still aren't going to physically rattle your head all that much. But in general, the Bose QCs sound and perform identical to both the Bose QC45 and Bose NC700. They have decent instrument separation and they sound more open than Sony's offerings, and they like to put an emphasis on the vocals. Overall, the Bose QCs are going to be better suited for someone that prefers a more neutral or vocals-focused EQ. And when it comes to the media controls on these headphones, just like before, they have physical buttons, and these buttons are very easy to find, they're easy to tell apart, and they have a good click to them. So skipping through your music or adjusting the volume on these headphones is very easy. But now let's talk about the active noise cancellation on these headphones. Now, even though the Bose NC700s were Bose's most premium ANC headphones until the QC Ultra came around, the NC700s didn't have the best ANC that Bose had to offer. The Bose QC45s actually have better ANC than the Bose NC700s, and I'm very happy to say that the Bose QCs have better performing ANC over the Bose QC45s. Now, the improvement is very small, but it is there. But so that you can see for yourself, we're going to jump into the ANC test, and we're also going to be using the wind noise reduction setting. So like you may have just seen, the Bose QCs block out noticeably more noise than the Bose NC700s, and they block out just a little more noise than the Bose QC45s, which have been my favorite headphones for flying for the last 2 years. But the performance difference between the Bose QC and Bose QC45 is very small, and personally I wouldn't justify this as a reason to upgrade to the Bose QCs from the Bose QC45s, because even if you use these headphones back to back, you're not really going to notice a huge difference. But most importantly, the Bose QCs and both QC45s both manage to block out a significant amount of noise, and they do so without a whole lot of cabin pressure. So this is one of the main reasons why the Bose QC45s have been one of my favorite headphones to recommend, especially for flying. But then there's the ambient mode on these headphones. Now, just like before, the Bose QCs have a very natural sounding ambient mode. However, this microphone array is a little fast to pick up wind noise when walking outdoors, so that can get a little annoying if you're commuting to work. But an improvement that Bose pushed out as of mid-November is that you can now somewhat adjust how much noise these headphones let in, like how you can with the Bose NC700s. Now, finding this setting isn't as straightforward as it should be, but it is possible, and this is something that you can't do with the Bose QC35s. But again, being able to adjust your ambient mode on the Bose QCs isn't a justifiable reason to upgrade from the Bose QC45s. Now, while we're on the topic of the ambient mode, I do have to point out that the ambient mode on the Bose QC is not active, as in they will let in everything, like this. Major headphone warning. So like you may have just seen, the ambient mode on the Bose QCs just let in everything. They won't actively protect your hearing from sudden loud sounds like with some other headphones out there. And also, the Bose QCs don't have a conversation mode like the Bose NC700s, where if you press and hold on their multi-purpose button, they'll lower the volume of your music and pump in all of the ambient sound around you, so that you can quickly talk to someone without having to remove your headphones, like this.
And then when you press any button, the headphones will go back to normal again. And personally, I am a little upset that the Bose QC headphones don't have this feature, because this feature is very common on a lot of other headphones out there. And this feature is super useful, especially if you plan on traveling or flying with your headphones. And I feel that Bose can very easily add this feature to the Bose QCs by making it an option for when you press and hold their multi-purpose button. Now, I know some people are going to say that you can just press pause on your music and then switch these headphones over to their ambient mode, but it's just not as seamless as having a dedicated conversation mode. But finally, here's the microphone test. Now, the QCs come included with a built-in mic in their wire, which is extremely rare these days, but it is a welcomed feature, because if you plan on taking lots of video calls with your computer, then this built-in microphone in the wire is going to sound a lot better than the built-in microphones found on the headphones themselves. Because the microphone on the Bose QCs sounds decent enough to take phone calls with while in a quiet room, but it doesn't sound as good as the wired microphone. And in general, the microphone on the Bose QCs sounds and performs the same as the microphone found on the Bose QC45s. And I do feel that the microphone on both the Bose QCs and Bose QC45s do a better job of focusing on your voice while in a quiet room than with the microphone that's found on the Bose NC700s. But the Bose NC700s do the best job here of dealing with noise pollution, because right now the microphone on the Bose NC700s is reducing some of this road noise. Because for comparison's sake, if we were to switch over to a monopole microphone, you're going to clearly hear all of this road noise. But if we were to switch back over to the Bose NC700s, it is reduced. Whereas with the Bose QC45s, these are just letting in more road noise. And the Bose QCs are letting in the same amount of road noise, and there's the same amount of clarity to my voice. And then there's the wired microphone, and this microphone is basically just picking up everything. At least the built-in microphones on the headphones will try to block out some noise pollution. And it's the same thing when it comes to blocking out chatter. This wired microphone is just letting in everything. Whereas the built-in microphone on the Bose QCs does block out some chatter. And the microphone on the Bose QC45s is performing the same as the microphone found on the Bose QCs. And finally, here are the Bose NC700s, which are reducing the most amount of chatter here. Because again, for comparison's sake, if we were to switch over to a monopole microphone, you're going to clearly hear all of this chatter. But if we were to switch back over to the Bose NC700s, it is reduced. So overall, all of these headphones have decent enough sounding microphones on them to take phone calls with while in a quiet room. But with the Bose QCs, you do want to try to avoid taking phone calls with them in a noisier environment. And the microphone on the Bose QCs sounds and performs the same as the Bose QC45. Now, the wired microphone that comes included with the Bose QCs is a very nice addition, especially to take phone calls with while in a quieter environment, but you definitely don't want to use that wired microphone in a noisier environment.
But with all that being said, the Bose QC headphones are a decent pair of ANC headphones, and they're a great companion for flying, just like the Bose QC45s. They block out a ton of noise without a whole lot of cabin pressure, and they block out just a little more noise than the Bose QC45s. They're super comfortable to wear for multiple hours on end, because they're super lightweight, they have a loose fit, and they have a very spacious ear cups. Plus, I also really like their compact case. However, these aren't really an upgrade over the Bose QC45. If these were truly an upgrade, I would have liked to have seen a significantly larger battery life increase. I would have also liked to have seen an active ambient mode. They're still missing a conversation mode, they sound the same, and their microphone still has a lot of room for improvement. If you already have the Bose QC45, there is no reason to upgrade. And if you're thinking about picking up the Bose QC, I would highly recommend that you pick up the Bose QC45s while they're on sale and while they're still available. If you made it this far, I guess you enjoyed the video, so hit the like button and get subscribed. If you want to pick any of the products up, they'll be linked down below. And if you want to further support the channel, check out the merch. I made some shirts and hoodies that look and feel great. And you know I can be very particular, so I'll only slap my name on something if I'm really proud of it.